Greeting, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our stream is ending end of season screen. Well, this last season that you have just witnessed, that we have just showcased, was a very, very strong hit. A lot of powerful emotions happened in these few days. And well, it is an unfortunate situation because we will forever remain thinking of how much we could have done had we concentrated even more on giving the time that the game we feel deserved. No, it is already not a matter of anger at the situation, but one of perpetual sorrow. We feel it may be perpetual, but well, yeah, it's probably going to be perpetual. You know, it's obviously not the saddest scenario, not the saddest thing ever, but it's always a sad occurrence to see something that is dear to you, and something that you have placed a part of yourself in, to leave you and to go. I guess that's not that uncommon. It can be a pet, it can be a friend, it can be family, it can just be a game, whatever. I guess I'm hoping it is not a frivolous thing, because in the end, even if it is a toy, like it could be your plushy companion or a favorite toy car or anything, a favorite doll or something, it's still something that can make you feel pain, I guess. So I don't think there should be any shame into admitting it, and for those that don't feel kind of a sensation similar to this one on any of their even material possessions, or well, we could say that a video game is not even material, it's like an abstract possession kind of thing. Yet the fact still remains that the feelings are still there, I would say. So in my opinion, even if it is mostly unhealthy to attach to something, it's still unavoidable for the most part. Well, anyways, we just wanted to say thank you very much to Alice for providing such a wonderful time. It is, as I have mentioned before and throughout these past few days, it's not even the first time we have seen a game suffer from the end of service notice. But this one is a much more relatable, I would say, experience, or it might just be because we are in the middle of the moment, and it may have been that similar emotions were felt when other games were shut down, but it is much more difficult to remember it in retrospective. Whilst this is not only happening at the moment, but also being recorded, as opposed to all the other games that we have seen the end of service and have not been able to make a product so tangible as it is a recording. Actually, well, we do have recordings of Master, a game done by NCSoft some many years ago, and it was also like very important. We also had recordings for Mabinogi Duel. You can see our Mabinogi Duel recordings in YouTube, and you can see our Master recordings nowhere, because we only have them locally on the computer. They were from a time where the computer couldn't even hold a very low resolution recording, let alone a live stream. So we were using a different software back then, not even OBS, one that is very good but not intended for outside recording. So yeah, good times, old times. I can still see those recordings, and it's super non-fluid. I wouldn't know what the opposite right now of fluidity is, but that's not the one. That's not it. Those recordings are not bad in the gameplay, but they are very low bitrate even for our standards, and they were very slideshow kind of thing. So you would only see one image, and 20 or 30 seconds later another image, and that was the movie. That was basically it. It's such a sad occurrence because that was such a wonderful game. And the Mabinogi Duel, we managed to record rather than on a computer, we managed to record it on a phone, also using a software that wasn't intended for live streaming either. Wow, what a coincidence. And the recording is also low bitrate, but more similar to our current standards. So yeah, we have some of those. We also have had some other games that we have not been lucky enough to have recordings or proof of them. We have not seen those videos recently as much as we have wanted, but we know they're there. We can still remember them, and it gives us a sense of excitement to think that we could be able to see those videos again. So I'm feeling that even though right now we are full of sorrow, and it has been quite a difficult endeavor, quite a difficult task to be able to do all these recordings in such a short notice, with such high stress, with such worrying and hurt feelings because of having received that slap in the face just days after we were very exhausted from doing a bunch of the development that we just mentioned. And all of that all together, as a couple with the fact that my birthday was not long ago, so I got a hard drive, and I felt if I don't allocate the files on this hard drive fast, I'm going to for certainly use it on other things and end up regretting it. So I started doing that project too in the middle of the thing, whilst I was trying to get a rest from the previous development, knowing that Sino-Alice was going to be shut down. And that's what I probably regret the most, seeing that we could have been doing recordings all this time, but instead I took another path, right? So, well, life is always about having things to regret, I would guess, and that could possibly be one. Fortunately, though, we did manage to get, even if it was a little bit of recording. I'm getting sad just thinking about it. It's just an excuse, obviously, and we could have done way more, and that will make me feel sad for a long time. But we did as much as we felt we could at the moment. We could have pushed ourselves further, but I'm not even sure if that would have been healthy. For example, the last day, we read that the closing was going to be on the 15th at midnight rather than on the 14th at midnight, or almost midnight, 11:59 p.m. So we thought, so we have one more day, and we were happy about it, but at the same time we were so exhausted that we felt, oh my gosh, one more day, that's going to be quite a big toll. And we started even being angry again, and sad and concerned and worried, because it is that way. You feel that you can do it, or that you have the responsibility to do it, but in reality, you as a living being with needs and tiredness, you still feel the toll being taken on you, and it's just close to impossible in reality, even though in theory it sounds as if it is possible. So that's what happened, or at least that's what I think happened to us earlier. In theory we could have done it, but in practice we were just exhausted. And well, I know that if I have had that hard drive non-allocated, the files not having been started to download, compress, and all of the things we took a couple of weeks to do, I could have been even more stressed, like having that concern on my mind would have added to a lot more distressful situation, and probably less quality product than we were able to do. I feel we were able to do a good product. It may not have been perfect. It could have gone way better. We could have showcased even more of our beloved characters. And when I see it and I see the granularity of the video, I get a little sad too. But it is our executive decision here to continue using this video bitrate, or at the very least, it is our decision still now. So if we change it in the future, we will see our close game videos and regret it even further. But it is important to have all of these recordings, because we could hear ourselves then and say, oh, okay, but we were absolutely certain at that point that was the right thing, or something along those lines. Well, anyways, I'm digressing a lot. I started just taking it on me, like giving myself the pity and trying to be the victim here, while the real deal was the important, the key thing here is Sinoalis, right? And we did as best as we could. Hopefully the product was good enough, and we are deeply sad to see it depart like this. We hope to be able to do a little bit more recordings on the Japanese server, but we have not actually participated in that one, so or for as much as we participated on North American or on the global server. So it's still a foreign line to us, even though the game is the same. We still hope to be able to, as I mentioned, have a little bit of recordings before the end of service, which is also to strike very near us. But we also still feel we have the compromise and the responsibility to have our buried content. Not only that, but it is also what we feel it is aesthetically right to not have a single stream of the same game's video. We feel it actually breaks the attractive of the videos themselves and not the game itself. So it is as necessary almost as to have the footage of the video. That's why we're going to have a couple of more seasons in between, or we're trying as best as we can to record other games, many buried games. So expect to see a lot of video games being played in these upcoming weeks. Well, as much as we can. We still feel we're having a heavy toll on us, and it's going to get even heavier as days pass. And there's still a lot of configurations that need to be done, especially in those Japanese accounts that we have absolutely not even started getting things, but it seems they are somewhat easier. So let's hope for the best, and let's hope that we can do as much of a good homage as we did, or we felt we did with these videos, even though it could always have been better, I guess. But once again, thank you very much, Sinoalis, for being with us, and thank you very much to all of our audience for sharing the good times and being with us also as much as possible. Hopefully we get to continue improving on our products, on our gaming, and on our development and our commitment to deliver to you and to ourselves and to the games and to everything that is and comprises the channel the best that we always can. So without further ado, I bid you farewell, both our audience and Sinoalis, and I thank you from the deepest part of myself. Thank you, Sinoalis. Thank you also all of those other games that have been with us, even though And also thank you so much to all of those games that have been with us and are not with us anymore. Even though some of these games are still with us, it is like in theory that we could get to see them again, but who knows if in actual practice. Yet we enjoy so much games that we feel that many, if not all, especially many, if not all of the ones that we have ought to be played at least a little bit, which is going to take us an incredible amount of time, maybe even more than what we have left in this life. But we hope to provide for our unconditional friends the quality that we feel they deserve. I bid you now farewell, and I hope to see you on our next season. Once again, thank you, and have a nice day, have a nice week, have a nice everything. See you later then. Bye.